SORA is finally here, but the big question is, does it live up to the hype? Well, we're going to explore this brand new tool and show you a few of the incredible ways that you can use it to create cinematic videos. Let's get to it. So I'm not going to bury the lead. The truth is, SORA is the most advanced and intelligent AI video generator that we've ever used. We've actually had the pleasure of having early access to this tool for a couple months now, and I want to share some of the things we've learned inside of this video. But first, let's take a look at some of these amazing generations that the community has put together. So for example, we have this shot here of this lighthouse. It's like an establishing shot, and honestly, it looks incredible. The fidelity is really nice. The physics look fantastic. It honestly just looks like stock footage. We have the shot here of this monkey in a hot tub. And yeah, I mean, it looks realistic. There's really nothing about it that you would say is unreal, except for maybe the water dynamics on his chin there, but it looks really, really nice at a quick glance. We have the shot of this baby chick here. And yeah, it gets a little wonky, but it's not bad. We have this shot of this horse galloping, and it looks pretty good. I think if we really took a look at those legs on the horse and just the dynamics of the way the hair is flopping up and down, it doesn't quite look super realistic. I also think it's kicking up a little too much dust for this scene, but really not bad. We have the shot here of this sushi plate. And yeah, I mean, it really does look like a handheld shot, except for boom, he turns into a dancing sushi monster. And then finally, as we move into the new year, of course, we have a squirrel that is getting back to the gym and just getting ripped for the spring here. Definitely feeling motivated by the squirrel. So as you can see, the community results from SORA are really amazing. Now, I should note that this version of SORA is called SORA Turbo, whereas early on last February, whenever we heard about SORA for the first time, that was just called regular SORA. So I don't know if those results are worse than what we would have gotten if we would have used that original version of SORA, but this is the version we have, and we are going to take a look. So I know the very first question you have, how much does this cost? Well, the truth is, SORA is not cheap. Basically, they have two different pricing tiers that you need to know about. The first is the Plus tier. Basically, the Plus tier is available to anybody that has a ChatGPT Plus account. It's $20 a month, and it basically allows you to generate up to 50 videos at 480p. The second plan that they have is the Pro plan, and the Pro plan is $200. So that price point is really high for the average artist, and unless you have your boss paying for it or a client paying for it, that's pretty significant, and I totally understand if that's out of the price range of most people watching this video. However, for $200 a month, you do technically get unlimited generations on the relaxed plan, so it's kind of similar to the unlimited version of Runway. You do also get 10 times the number of credits that you would have got with the Plus plan for faster generations. So essentially you get 500 video clips at 480p, or you can generate less clips for higher resolution or clips that are longer than 5 seconds. In terms of financial impact, essentially if you break it down, it's 50 cents for a 5-second clip that is in 480p, $1.25 for a 5-second clip in 720p, and $4 a clip for a 5-second clip in 1080. So the truth is, it's really not that cheap, and it's probably going to take you 4 to 10 generations to get the video clip exactly where you want it to be. So that $4 can quickly turn into $40. I should also note that the Pro plan allows you to generate up to 5 videos at a time, and you can remove the watermark, which will make it much easier when you're working on a professional project. I do know the servers have been a little bogged down recently with so many people trying to log in, so it may take a few days until you're able to get access. Now, with all of that being said, let's hop into SORA. So to access SORA, all you have to do is go to sora.com and go ahead and click login. You'll log in with your ChatGPT account. From here, you'll automatically go to the featured page, which just has community generation. So it's very similar to Midjourney. Basically, there's a big cascade of incredible projects from around the world. Again, these are pretty amazing. Like that time-lapse shot there is pretty awesome. You have this clip here of this guy sitting in this room, and yeah, looks pretty good. We have this video clip here of this woman's face, and honestly, at a quick glance, I don't think anything looks weird. Like, it looks pretty darn good. If you want to see some stuff that's really trippy, just go over to the recent tab, and you can just see some of the more recent generations that have been created by the community, and they're just like completely random. I should note that if you come across any videos that you particularly like, all you have to do is click on this little save icon, and it will go ahead and save it to your save section here. So you can click on that, and then any video you've saved will pop up in here. You can watch it back. And the cool part about using Sora is the fact that if there's any clips that you like, you can just select the video clip, and then it will tell you what the prompt was at the very bottom. So you don't have to guess how they created it. You can see the exact prompt that they used to create the result. So to create a video in Sora, it's very similar to other AI video generators. All you have to do is go to the prompt box. You can paste in your prompt. I'll say a POV video of walking through a snowy forest trail. The forest is dense and completely covered with snow. And you can also add in an image. We'll talk about that in just a second. Now, I do want to note that there is a preset button where you can select just different presets that are there. I don't know how useful these are. They're kind of similar to presets inside of other tools like Runway. They can be helpful, I suppose, but I do not like using the presets. You also have the ability to change the aspect ratio. Right now, you can make a 16:9 video, a square video, and then a 9:16 video. Right down here, we have the ability to change our resolution, so we can go all the way up to 1080p. It does say that'll be 8 times slower, but honestly, it's still pretty quick. Like, most of our generations are done in just a few minutes. You do have the ability to change the video duration up to 20 seconds, which is pretty cool. And then you also have the ability to go down here, and depending on the resolution you have selected, you can generate multiple versions of that video at a time. So for example, in 480p, we can generate up to 4 videos at a time. And I think it's really important to note that Sora, just like any other AI video generator or image generator, is really all about iterations. So you can try your best to get the result from just one prompt alone, but the truth is it's going to take a few different generations. You're going to have to get different results. And ultimately, you probably will have to go back and forth between editing your prompt and generating your video and just see what's working and not working. And it'll probably take you, again, 5 to 10 generations to get exactly what you're looking for. So being able to generate multiple clips at a time is really, really helpful. There's also this feature here called Storyboard that we will talk about in just a second, but let's go ahead and generate this video. And it generated this video clip here, and you can see that looks pretty good. There's tons of parallaxing. There's a lot of object permanence. It looks pretty great. Obviously, it's not perfect. There's still some morphing. There's some parts of it that are coming across as AI, but at a quick glance, really not a bad job. If you go to the featured page and try to find commonalities between the videos that have generated incredible results, you'll quickly find that the prompts are really random. So what we've done is we've actually created a system that you can use to generate great results again and again, and we put it inside a free PDF guide on how to get cinematic results from Sora. It's completely free to you. There's a link below this video to where you can download. I've also found that the subject that you are prompting really defines the style a lot. So if you're doing an establishing shot of a landscape, you're going to get hyper cinematic drone style video clips. Whereas if you're doing a scene that's a bit more like day-to-day life, chances are it's going to look more like iPhone footage or stock video. So I wanted to test the limits of text to video for cinematic results in various video tools, including Sora, because typing in text and getting a video clip that you can actually use on a film can be tricky. So I'm going to create a scene that has 3 shots. The first is a wide establishing shot of a coffee shop. The second is a medium shot of a barista basically working at an espresso machine. And the third is going to be a close-up shot of a cup of coffee with the espresso going into the cup. So here's our result from Sora. So we have shot 1, it looks pretty good. Shot 2, that was really weird, like the physics there. And then shot 3, that actually looks like a pretty good shot. I will say that it doesn't seem like these were all shot on the same camera. Like each camera kind of has its own different style and just kind of overall color grade. So I don't think that they really blended well together, but the physics do look pretty good on most of the shots. Now, I wanted to compare this with other AI video tools on the market. So let's take a look at Runway. So here's the shot from Runway. So you can see that it's really coming across as pretty synthetic. It's really not the best results, and they kind of warp a lot. I do think that final shot with the coffee, it does look pretty good for a second if you look in the right place, but generally speaking, it's not as good as SORA. Our Luma result here has this shot, which, you know, it's all just very static. There are definitely some problems with the shots. They don't look very good. So I don't think Luma did a very great job. This is our result from Kling, and I think the first shot is pretty good. Second shot looks okay. I don't know what he's doing with his hand there. And then we have a shot of coffee going into a cup, and it actually fills up there at the end, which was pretty good. Now, again, because we're doing text to video, it does seem like these shots don't really live together. It just seems like random stock footage that's been put together, but it did a pretty good job. And then finally, we have Minimax here, and I like this shot, looks good. This one, not too bad. Like, I think she's pouring way too much sugar there. And then we have the shot here of this coffee, and I gotta say, you do not want to be drinking that coffee. I don't know why it's so thick. It looks like even thicker than hot chocolate. I think that might be motor oil, so definitely don't drink that. So with all of that being said, I want to show you how to use image to video to generate more consistent and better results inside of SORA. To generate a video using an image, all you have to do is go to the plus icon, and you guessed it, you're going to upload an image. For our example here, we will use this establishing shot here of this coffee shop. I generated this inside of Midjourney, and we'll go ahead and import it. And you don't have to describe your video. I do recommend describing what you are looking for. So for our prompt here, we'll say a busy coffee shop with people drinking coffee, handheld camera shake, and go ahead and click generate. And after about a minute, we have this video clip here. It's a little jittery in the beginning, but honestly, it did a pretty good job. So here is our final scene here, and you can see we basically have much more consistency between the colors. It seems like it was more or less shot on the same camera. And again, I put this together in like 5 minutes. So if you really spent some time refining your imagery and really trying to push both Midjourney and SORA to get you exactly what you're looking for, you're going to find better and even more consistent results than just typing in text alone. So the next big feature that I want to talk about is something that makes SORA very unique from other tools. So if you've used other tools, whether we're talking about Luma, Runway, or Kling, you know you have the ability to upload an input image that basically generates the entire video from. And a few of the tools allow you to import a final frame and basically have the video basically interpolate between those two frames, and you have a full video clip. Well, SORA takes it one step further with a feature called Storyboard, and it's really cool. Let me show you how to use it. To use the feature, all you have to do is go down to the plus icon, and we will import an image. I'm going to bring in this image of this animated caterpillar here. And now let's go to this storyboard button. And you can see that basically this created a timeline. So now this is saying our clip is 10 seconds long, and at certain beats, certain things will happen. So it will start with the image basically at the very beginning, and then it will try to get to this prompt at the 5-second mark. And let's use this little bug guy here. We'll go ahead and import him. And the cool thing is you have the ability to now go in and add in text prompts at certain points of the scene. So let's say that this prompt here, you know, it's the scene captures green caterpillar, expressive eyes, nestled inside a hollow. So that's definitely this bug here. But what if here we want the camera to pan to a lazy bug on a leaf? So the camera is going to pan to a lazy bug on the leaf, and then we will reveal our lazy bug. Well, let's go ahead and generate this and see our results. So after a few minutes, we have generated this clip here. So you see we have our caterpillar, he looks up, and it cut to this lazy bug. And there's just randomly this other bug too. So as you can see, Storyboard's interesting, but it also has a mind of its own and it can be finicky. So it's definitely worth exploring, but keep in mind that things can get wonky really quickly. And speaking of wonky, I should also note that even though you upload an image to SORA, sometimes it will just completely change the scene and not go with your original image at all. So for example, we have this image of me as a cowboy, and let's say that we want to go in and animate it. So I went in and animated it with SORA, and you can see that the video clip basically starts for a couple seconds, and then it just completely switches to a different scene of a character that is almost me. Like, it's definitely close to that original character, but it's not quite the same character. So it's definitely intelligently creating a 3D character in a 3D world. It's just rejecting that input frame after we use it to generate that world, which is pretty wild, and one of the reasons why SORA is the most intelligent AI video generator on the market. Now, there are a few other features that I think you should know about. The first is called Recut, and essentially it allows you to recut your scene. So for example, with this video clip here, you see we had a scene and then it just started creating all these other smaller scenes for some reason. I don't know why. It does seem like a scene with multiple shots, but it's just kind of weird that it did that. So all you have to do to fix that is go to Recut here, and we basically can grab the end of our timeline here and only select the part where the guy's on stage, and we want to extend that to 10 seconds, and go ahead and click create. And you can see our result is this guy here, and you can see it doesn't cut. So it stays on the guy for the whole time. You can basically use Recut to cut around some of the weird cuts that can definitely happen inside of SORA. There's also another feature called Remix that basically allows you to change the contents of a video while keeping the composition and overall movement the same. So to use the feature, all you have to do is find any video clip, and it doesn't have to be your video clip. It could be one of the video clips from the community, and go ahead and go to the remix button. And now you get to describe what you want to replace. So I like this shot here, but let's say there should be a boat on that river. So we can say a boat floats down the river. And under the remix button here, you have the ability to remix the scene at various levels. So mild will change a few things, strong will change a lot of things, and then subtle will just change just a few things. So for this one, I think mild is the way to go. And when you're ready to generate, go ahead and click remix. And after about a minute, we generated this video here, and you can see the boat is traveling along. I think it might have went over some mud there, so I don't know how they did that, but you can see it did a pretty good job at remixing the scene. So the next feature that I want to show you is called Loop, and it does exactly what the name implies. It allows you to loop a scene indefinitely. So in order to use the loop feature, you basically just take any video clip that you have. So here's a video clip of this AI fireplace, and let's say that I want the end to seamlessly blend with the beginning. Well, all you have to do is go to the loop button at the bottom, and you can select if you want it to be a short loop, normal loop, or long. I'm just going to select normal and go ahead and click loop. And here's our final result, and you can see that as we get to the end, it seamlessly blends back to the beginning. So as you can see, this is pretty cool, very helpful for advertising and online content. And the final feature that I think you should know about is one that I literally haven't seen anybody talking about since SORA was released last year. And that's having the ability to extend clips, whether it's information at the beginning of the clip or information at the end. So I have this 3-second video clip here of this guy walking, and let's say that we want to extend the video clip at the beginning because we got down in the edit bay and we decided that this clip should actually be 5 seconds long. Well, to do it inside of SORA, it's a bit of a hack right now, but let me show you how to do it. All you have to do is go to the upload image icon, and really you can just upload any image you want. I'm just going to upload this close-up here of this coffee. It really doesn't matter. And we will go to Storyboard. And inside of Storyboard, we're going to create a new cell here. Go ahead and click plus, and we will go ahead and select upload image or video. So I'm going to select our video clip here and bring it into the timeline. And I'm going to go ahead and select the other items that were in our timeline. We'll go ahead and just delete them off the timeline, just like that. And I'll move it to the middle so that we have a little bit at the beginning and at the end. And of course, you do have the ability to go in and prompt whatever you want. So, it went in and added in an automatic prompt. I think that's totally fine. But if you wanted to get creative and type in just various prompts of things you're looking for, you can. When you're ready, go ahead and click create. And here's our result from SORA. You can see that it started off as SORA video. It turned into the real video footage, and then it turned into SORA again. There are some rough cuts there, so you probably would need to run the render a couple of times just to cover up any of the major issues that are there, but honestly, it did a pretty good job. We'll definitely talk more about SORA in the future and explore further functionalities in future videos, so be sure to like and subscribe. But in conclusion, I just want to share a few of the practical ways in which I think you can use SORA to create an incredible project. Number one, I think VFX will be changed forever from tools like SORA. Whether it's particle dynamics or magical effects, SORA has the ability to do some really incredible things, and you don't have to master really complex softwares like Houdini to create some really incredible results. The second use case is anything that's in the music video or abstract world. SORA really thrives with generating things that you've never seen before, and the results that we've seen from the tool are absolutely breathtaking. And finally, and this is kind of funny to say, SORA is actually better at generating clips that more resemble live action than animation. I think it has a lot more to do with the training data, but if you need to replace a shot, especially if that's an establishing shot or you're building your world, I think SORA is an amazing tool to use. But all of that being said, I think we're going to see some incredible films that are created using SORA exclusively in just the coming days. So of course, if you want to learn how to create AI films for yourself, be sure to check out our training at curiousrefuge.com. We are the world's first online course with AI SORA training, and we would love to have you inside of our program. We train artists at every major studio, including Netflix and Disney, and our community regularly hosts meetups around the world. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all about using SORA or creating AI films, be sure to ask in the comments below and like and subscribe for future videos. We'll see you next time.